What's up, everybody? I'm Brandon Gordon Gab, and this is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Actually, put this on the charger. Put my headphones on the charger. Gotta make sure I got some music when I go out. Today we are doing push-ups. This is Brandon's show today, not part of Gab Games, unless I use it as Gab Games Entertainment.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one my best shot.
I don't play online. You gotta pay me to play online. Yep, you gotta pay me to play online. All I do is practice. I got 167 hours logged in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. At least 150 of those just spent in training. This is Team Yamcha. This is the different forms of Yamcha in my Sparking Zero universe. Make the Wolfang Fist great again. I was gonna fight the boy. But I'll fight Yamcha. I'll fight Vegeta. Because I'm not one of those people that play favorites. There's this game, the creators of this game said, hey, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero isn't a fighting game. The community said, it's not a competitive fighting game. The community said, yes it is. Fuck you talking about? It's a game. We fight. It's a fighting game.
You'll be getting no sympathy from me.
It's not that. Pause. If it was a fighting game, it'd be balanced. This game's not balanced. Characters' health aren't balanced. All this other shit's not balanced. It's not a fighting game. Nothing's balanced. Characters protected by plot armor are protected by plot armor. Just because you pick Goku don't make you better. Goku just got a long-ass health bar, and he's protected by plot armor. It don't make you better. First and foremost. Not listening and paying attention makes you look like an asshole. The creators themselves said this game isn't a fighting game. It's not a competitive fighting game. It's a fighting game. It's not a competitive fighting game. That's the reason they don't give a fuck about balancing the shit. What this shit is a fan fiction creator, technically. That's why it's Sparking Zero. It don't take place in any known universe. It's in its own universe. Because you can create your fan fiction. They give you 50 episodes to create. Being good at the game is a skill, is a talent. You got to put time, effort, and shit into that. But, you can't just pick Goku, Gogeta, Super Gogeta, Super Ultra Instinct Ego Gogeta, and yeah, I'm the best. Like, nigga, you just went for the strongest character, and you bump your chest. Cool. That's how you feel. Kids do that too. You want a cookie, big guy? People swear it's competitive. It's not a competitive game. It's just not. If it was competitive, all the characters have the same health. All their damage would do the same. The defense would be the same. Because you have to have a balance in order to be competitive. Right? For example, the NBA, you have super teams, but technically, if you're not this good to get into the NBA, which is supposed to be the competitive level, then you can't get into the NBA. Everybody's base form in the NBA They're Draymond Green, Pat Beverly, everyone in their base form. You know, it's on you to get better yourself, to add to your game and shit. To have a style that's unique to you. But this game isn't a competitive game, for the record. And I don't play it as such. I spend a lot of time in training because I like fighting games. I like Dragon Ball Z. Do both. So if you want to play me, pay me.
I'm not done!
You don't have up your guard at all. Sure about it. People play the perfection. Sensitive. Like Yamcha can't be Vegeta. So they play, your perception is Yamcha can never be that good. That's your perception. If Yamcha could never train to beat Vegeta and Goku, Goku and Vegeta could never train to beat Whis and Beerus. Why? Because they have that much of a skill gap amongst each other. Dragon Ball Z is all about training and being better. If you don't believe that, you're not a fan of it. Got over 167 hours. I put in my time. It's just what the show about. Right? So, fuck is my Kamehameha? Goku and Vegeta never beat Beerus and Whis. They got centuries upon centuries of skills. Right. They'll never, ever. If Yamcha can't get better and train to beat Goku and Vegeta, no matter how much training they do, they could never beat Beerus and Whis. That's 10. That's one set of 10. One.
I still get some training in once in a while. I guess we could spar.
It's one set of 10. The goal is 100. Technically, I'm 30 in for today, but the goal is 100.
Stronger I become.
It's all about training to be better. Finding the obstacle, finding the way to overcome. You gonna tell me they can't get a right power boost like everybody else? Play a character if you want. The ultimate fan fiction creator. Learn how to stay grounded.
Hey, I wasn't done.
You can't move around without flying in the air.
Okay, bang, blast! I'm gonna wrap this up. Spirit ball. Hell yeah!
Push up.
I'm not missing my day in the spotlight.
Add another to the tally. That's 2 sets of 10.
I still get some training in once in a while. I guess we could spar.
I'll find some use for you.
It's the reason I don't put things all the way up as they should go. The game will try to cheat you. I'm realizing it's a trick a lot of companies use these days. They'll put you in online matches to fill a match, even though you're not online. There's a whole bunch of tryhards and shit that put it on as high as it can go to be like, I'm that good. I'm like, take you with a grain of salt, buddy. You know, just because you're training on hard don't mean that you're that good. That's why I find what's the lowest, right? The lowest, and you work your way up to something that's medium. The reason you do medium is because when medium becomes easy, you upgrade. You could tell the difference when you're being bullshitted and when you're not. Because you're like, it's on easy, I'm supposed to mop the floor with them. It's up to me to do the dance, get my guard right, my movement right on easy before I upgrade to attack. You know, it's the reason you play on different modes. There's no reason I should fly up. Because I hold down the down button while I move. Right.
No more
when you're getting beat up on the level you know you shouldn't, you know you're being bullshitted.
Okay, Wolf Bang Fist!
Use perception button instead of attacking.
Let's go crazy! Go wild! Okay, Wolf
You use your block.
Hell yeah! Missing my day in the spotlight.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add another tally. That's 30. 3 sets of 10.
I still get some training in once in a while. I guess we could spar.
Oh,
I should warn you. You'll be
not
getting
tired.
no sympathy from me.
Warming up now, though. I'll say that's just been like a good 2 months since I've been consistent, though, to be honest.
Now this is getting Now this is getting Now this is getting good. I'm gonna wrap this up. Spirit Ball. Go wild. Okay, Wolf Bang Fist!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add another tally. That's 4. 4 times 10 is 40.
I still get some training in once in a while. I guess we could spar.
I should warn you. You'll be getting no sympathy from me.
I just know I had to find this shit.
Okay, Wolf Bang Blast! Bring it! Bring it! I'm gonna wrap this up! Spirit Ball!
Chicken shit.
Hell yeah! I'm not missing my day in the spotlight!
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 1 equals 4. That puts us at 50. Let's take a break here. Not that I can't keep going. Pacing.
Wow! This is getting exciting already!
Yamcha's max form in my universe.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one my
It's
best
after
shot.
each match. Whew. I could watch somebody else play the game, a fighting game, and after each match of theirs, do 10 push-ups. Yamcha's max form, my universe, is going to be Ultra Instinct transformation right now, which would be this.
I'll crush you with all of my might.
Oh, it is hot. What is the weather today? No appetite now. Got poop. Ooh. I'm working on my base body. Body I build now. That's what I'm going to take into my 40s. Got 2 more years until I'm 40. 37, be 38 this year. Body fat percentage wise, I don't plan on letting it fluctuate too much after 40. So if I get a little bigger, I got to make sure body fat percentage wise it match up. So when I get to an age where, let's say, I can't move around too much or I can't take care of myself too much, right? I'm not overweight. I'm not sloppy. You know, I could gain weight and still not look sloppy. You know, for example, Jackie Chan is a great example. A lot of people, after they retire, they gain weight. Jackie Chan gained healthy weight, but his body fat percentage, he probably went from like 10% body fat to 15% body fat. You know, he didn't get bigger. Let's look at basketball players when they retire. A lot of them come back with a gut after a year, maybe 2. Charles Barkley's, your Shaqs. But that's because the exercise versus the eat. That's why Miami, like the Heat, they keep you on a strenuous body percentage, you know, body fat percentage thing.
So you're my opponent.
Right.
Just
Go
asking
from
for it.
12% body fat to 17% body fat. You're like, you didn't
The
get
more
bigger,
intense
but
the
you look
battle,
softer,
the further my limits are pushed.
you know? A little bit more cozy. Right. Don't necessarily get fat. Right, you just get soft.
Get over here. King and the Dragon! Come on! Come here! Don't bore me here! It's no fun if you don't fight back! Say your prayers!
I love Vegeta. Vegeta's one of my favorite characters ever. Yeah. This move is the after image. Mixed with the Namekian body split thing to give him tangibility.
Get over here! King and the Dragon! I'm a pro saying what? Say your prayers. Pathetic little pup.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add another tally. Oh my gosh. Hate it when this little side tab. 5 plus 1 equals 6. 6 times 10 equals 60. When people rely on the perception button,
Take one more step and
keep your guard up, get close, grab them. No other way to perceive a grab than a grab.
You're going to have to earn that privilege. Say your prayers. Hey, get over here, Wolfgang! Penetrator! Come on! Come here! Say your prayers!
Right away. Not one on left.
Don't bore me here! It's no fun if you don't fight back! You really are pathetic!
I'm not supposed to be in the air. Clear level of separation.
Smirks the trios. Say your prayers. Enough of you! Say your prayers! I'll be hungry now! Too easy. Come on! Come here! Come on! Come here! Hey, get over here, Wolfgang! Penetrator! Enough of you! Say your prayers! I'll be hungry now! Would you bet on more than you can chew? Come on! I am not letting myself be beaten.
Fighting for your life out there. Six plus one equals 7. 7 times 10 equals 70. You want to make sure your back straight, all that good stuff. I keep my elbows tucked. You want to make sure your back straight, put your heels on the wall. Straighten out your legs. Don't let your heels come off.
The more intense the battle,
Elbows
further
tucked.
my limits are pushed.
You gotta admit when it's right until it becomes blatant obvious. It's easy instead of trying to play me. This is just where it's at. Right. I'm not gonna sit here and cheat. I'm in control of my battlefield, not you. So I don't play online. You're not gonna cheat. I set the difficulty just to make sure I'm not cheating. You gotta pay me to play me online. Well, it shouldn't be nothing I can't beat. Make sure I'm not cheating. Yeah, use that perception button. Like, I still got my guard up after I broke your guard. You're staggering. I still got my guard up.
Pathetic little pup.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 1 equals 80. Technically, because I started at the last game, I'm at 100. But I'm like, I fell out 100 on this game.
You looking to get mauled? Take one more step and you'll feel my fangs.
Yeah, this is about good pace, 40, 45
If you
minutes.
really want me to transform, you're going to have to
Shut up,
earn
bitch.
privilege.
Normally it's about that with a break. Because you only cheat yourself when it becomes too easy. Right, but you're not going to sit here and cheat me. Right, acting like I'm not good. That's why you got to maintain your battlefield. Control your battlefield. Right, like the game not hard. They just cheat you. You know, there's some games you might, like maybe a Dark Souls, sometimes, if there wasn't people that did, like, no-hit run, it'd be like Dark Souls, and that's only after new game. You know, it might not be you in the boss. You just ain't lose enough times for the game to proceed. This is how developers can fuck you over. It's not that you're bad. In order to beat the boss, you have to lose 50 times. Just because that's the way it's programmed. That's horrible developers. Duel Links. I do this with Duel Links. Duel Links, they'll tell you you're playing against people online when you know you're not. No, they always just happen to be one step ahead of you. There's like these trainers or whatever. These rogue trainers. They're always one step ahead of me no matter what. But that's just because that's the game. In order to build my decks, I keep my competitive pool low. Then I go online to make sure the deck that I build can sustain something. Not a competitive pool, but my world pool, I keep it low. So I could go through the decks and let them play out. From beginning to end, like, here are my options. Here's how I set up the deck with my options. It's not just one option, there's multiple options. How often can I run an option? What's my niche for the deck? Like, my Kaiba deck, I just basically infinitely call fucking Blue Eyes. You know, my Taya deck is built around magicians. I got, what is it? The Quintet Magician, Silent Magician, and what is it? Like, no, it's not that one. I forget, it's another one. You know, my Taya deck is built around magicians, but not the Dark Magician. You know, my Yugi deck is built around being able to hold off somebody with spell and trap cards, even though it's not necessarily basically about like the Dark Magician or shit. You get what I'm saying? But in order to build these decks, I can't just be like, yeah, this is a strong deck and go online and get my ass beat. You got to build a solid deck, a strategy. I test it on people on the field that's lower than me, because it's, you know, single player is not PvP at that point. Like, in a duel, I gotta change this card and this card in a normal one, because just starting off their attack is too low. You know, shit like that. Like, the defense is too low, the attack is too low. Like, what's about the average attack defense? You know, 1900, 1800. That you gotta beat on average. So any card I have starting in my deck, most of them gotta be at least around that level in either attack or defense to even stand a chance. You know, like, here's the potential strategy. Work it on the NPCs. You know, let it play through and don't just try to beat them. That's how I know when I'm playing online versus offline too in Duel Links. If you play online, some people may not attack, even though because they got the advantage, they want you to help. You know, they don't want to be like that. Like, here, I help you build a little bit, things like that. That's how you know you're playing against real people. You're playing against the computer. The computer don't know the human things, how to let a player build and things like that. All they know is just attack. Right.
Get over here.
They're like, yeah, you're playing online.
The trigger. Say your prayers.
I didn't attack you to be right. So you need to protect. Well, Fang Fist.
Playtime's over. Enough of you. Brothers, together.
He's on my right. On my left. You can feel the resistance.
Defeating you is gonna taste so very sweet.
I'm whooping y'all ass out here. Y'all want
Keep it coming.
Put up a fucking guard. Put your hands up, bitch.
Enough of you. Say your prayers. Enough of you.
Nigga, you just had up your perception button. I'm not pressing no buttons on that shit. I don't got to.
Brothers, together.
Still looking at you in the fucking perception pose.
Enough of you. Say your prayers.
Exactly.
I
Fucking
am not
ass.
to let myself be beaten now.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eight plus 1 equals 9. 9 times 10 equals 90. Took the time to chit chat. Usually it take me 45 minutes, 30 minutes. Used to, back in the day. Like 2 years ago, before I started working on my core. I was doing 200 a day and it only took me like 30 minutes to do 200 playing Mortal Kombat. 45 minutes if I do my break in the middle.
Earn privilege.
Focusing on my core. Not that I didn't do them, just the focus was my core. Every day was core. for a year, 5 days a week. I can't say every day, 5 days a week for a whole year. The year before that was my push-up. No, the year before that was cardio. My cardio and push-ups. And then the year before that was my push-ups. Been on this journey for like 4 years, 5 years. Started off at 160, maybe 4 years. 5 would be too much. Started off at 160. The first year I started off doing push-ups, nothing more. No diet, anything.
I can smell you. Brothers, together. Let's go.
The second I dropped 5 pounds just doing push-ups. I dropped 5 pounds just doing push-ups. That put me at 155. The next year I worked on my cardio, still did my push-ups, and I dropped down to about maybe 150. Last year, a solid 150 by the time the year ended. Maybe a little lower. I was fluctuating between 147 and 150. And then, right, because I did my push-ups. The second year was my cardio and diet. Right. I dropped from 155 to technically 145, 143. Because it was cardio and diet. Still doing my push-ups. Then I was starting my sit-ups. I broke my wrist. And I was like, that's a sign to relax a second. So all last year was my core after I got done with my physical training. I broke my wrist riding my bike. I was pushing that bitch. I was looking like Yusuke chasing the motherfucker. You know that meme of that motherfucker on the bike chasing the car? It's kind of like that. And I hit a tunnel off the lake and it had sand on it. I slid over and flipped over the bike and broke my wrist because my wrist got caught on the bike handle. I broke my fucking wrist. So I was like, I took the rest of that year. That was the year of my diet and my cardio. I took the rest of that year, finished off my diet for the most part. And then I was like, I had to wait. The following year, it was all core. So I went from 143 to a solid 145 all last year. Right now, given the winter, I'm probably at a superficial maybe 150. 150 is the weight I want to get. Is the technical weight I want to be at for now. I want to go back up to 160. I liked where my weight was at, how I looked with the weight at 160. But the cardio and the strength to go with the weight on my frame, because I'm a short guy, and I'm like 5'6", 5'7". The weight on the frame, it wasn't good for me. Because, just it wasn't. I felt the weight on my joints, on my knees and stuff, So I got to build up the strength first, which would be when I started lifting and, focusing on things like that before I put the weight back on. Do my cardio, all of that. So when I put the weight back on, it's a healthy 160. I'm not 160 round. I'm 160 with 10, 12% body fat. No, I'm not 160 at 20% body fat. For the most part, up until I was like 25, I really kept my body fat percentage at like 10%, 12%. Because I was a hooper. So when I stopped hooping and I started to focus on other things and get my life together and shit, I started getting weight at like 30. I went from, I was barely able, here's what I mean by bad weight. All the way up until 28, 30. I was barely able to maintain 130 pounds. My weight fluctuated between 125 and 130. And then one day, I look up and I'm 160 pounds. I gained 30 pounds. Started making more money, going out more, taking the kid out more, taking my family out more. You know, a few more dates here and there. I had the money to take myself out, treat myself. Not that I don't got it now, it's just take care better. And I blew up. I gained 30 pounds, like overnight. That shit was ridiculous. I say all that to say I got one last set of push-ups. Let me do my push-ups. What time is it? 11:46. I could probably go do my sit-ups after this too. I'll do my sit-ups live. How? Yeah, I'll do my sit-ups live. I'll use the weight. I was thinking like I don't want to use the weight. But I'll use the weight. I use a 45-pound weight to do my sit-ups. I ended up, like last year was my sit-up year. I ended my sit-up journey at 300 sit-ups a day. So I'm like, I'll take what I learned, my core strength, and now I add a 45-pound weight. It's supposed to be 100 sit-ups with a 45-pound weight 5 days a week. Then I move up from 100 to 150, 150 to 200. But I'm so thirsty to jump my rope because I want to get my cardio in. I haven't really been exercising. So I'm like, let me do these push-ups. It's my last set of 10. I tried to plank the last one. So that's 100. That's 100. Pace also. Like, Mortal Kombat pushed the pace. Mortal Kombat had my ass sweating. Oh, shit. Fuck. I do not have the strength right now, push-up wise.
Who's gonna be my
do
next
Mortal
opponent?
Kombat. After them matches, you'd be like, what the fuck? It's done already?
I can't let him down.
Shit. Fuck. Win or lose. You know? The goal is to get fit. Find things you do every day, all fucking day. If you scroll fucking TikTok, social media, every 5 posts, every 10 posts. If you're a lady, do 10 squats.
I can't let him down.
If you're a fella, do 10 push-ups. Either you're going to stop scrolling so much, or you're going to be in fucking shape.
Would you like to give a comment?
That separates the champs and those dedicated to those not. Like, you do the shit all day. You can sit here and you can scroll and you can scroll and you can read, and you do this all day. Talking about, I ain't got no time to exercise.
Hey, how come
But you in the same spot I caught you 30 minutes ago, scrolling through social media. 30 minutes, you could have been 50 squats in at the least. at a good pace
Hey, how
where you're
come
not
Regina's not
overexerting
here?
yourself. You don't start to overexert yourself or to exert yourself until you build up the strength.
Contestant number
For example,
17.
I started
Would you like to give a comment?
my push-up journey February, season 12, Apex Legends Defiance. I can give you the exact day if you need when I search it up. That day,
If you take
I started my
this fight
push-up
seriously,
journey.
you'll likely win.
7 push-ups a match.
Piccolo might be disappointed if I lose. I can't let him down.
Why? Because I know 10, I play the game a lot. Longevity versus wearing yourself out. 7 push-ups a match. I started off at 7, and I built up to 10.
Contestant
Then I
team
went from
Shinon,
10.
do you have anything to say about
Then
the
I went
fight?
from 10 to 10 if I was the first one down, and 10 at the end of the match. That was too much push-ups. I was like, fuck that. I'm doing 15 instead. So I went from 10 to 15 and 15 to 20.
17. Would you like to give
10
a
matches.
comment?
And it went from, when I was doing the 7, I didn't have a goal, how many matches I wanted to do. I just wanted to get active. I wanted to create what's the word I'm looking for? A consistent routine. That's the word I was looking for. Consistency. A consistent routine.
I'm real excited to test
So
out my
7 push-ups,
skills.
10, I'll be hurting, 8 matches in, 7 matches in.
I wonder who I'm going to be fighting
7
first.
matches, it gives me a little bit more matches. I'll probably get 6 more matches, 6 more reps. So I push it past a little more. I could do 10 push-ups, right? That's 70. I could do 10 sets of 7, right? Versus I'm gonna do 10 sets of 10 but fail at 60. I could do 10 sets of 7, that put me at 70, and I could do more, which would probably push me closer to 100.
You've grown to become quite strong.
Than I
Now
would
I want to
if
see your improvements up
I'm just like,
close.
yeah, I could do 100. I'm the shit. And then you discourage yourself. You ain't exercised in how long? And you just like, yeah, ego gonna push me through this.
Wonder if there's anybody strong around here.
You crazy. Build up the strength first. Kids don't just get up and run. They crawl to build the leg. First, they sit on all fours and they rock back and forth to build up the strength to move their legs. And then they crawl. And then they stand. Then they walk. And then eventually they run. But look at all the steps that had to go through just to even crawl. They got to sit there and rock back and forth to build up the strength to push themselves around. You gonna tell me you don't need to build up the strength to push yourself around?
His full power. He'll
You're
blow
crazy.
this place to smithereens.
At work, when I want to if I ain't exercise, I exercise at work too. Cashier, right now they're trying to work me to death. Like, fuck that, sir. You ain't got time for that. Like, don't worry, I'll find time. But when I work the register, every time I clear the register and nobody in line, I drop down and do 10 push-ups. If I'm working the floor, every time I got to go to the back room, I drop down and I do 10 push-ups. When I worked the register, the highest I did working the register, I did 200 and maybe 70 at work. And it's a good pace because, it's not it's not every customer. It's when there's nobody in line, so nobody can see. So sometimes I might have 2-3 customers, maybe a 3-minute window, and then another 2-3 come, another 3-minute window. Find a way to stay in shape. Like professional bodybuilder, some random cashier worker. No. Ah, I don't want to do these sit-ups.
Wonder if there's anybody strong around
Just
here.
because it's work. Thinking about the work that got to be done is the problem. Doing the work ain't really the problem.
Tell me, what kind of opponents do you enjoy fighting?
All types.
Who's gonna be my
Good,
next
bad,
opponent?
skilled, strong. Right? Skill and strength. It's two different things, right?
If you take this fight serious,
My God.
you're likely...
This person's good at playing keep away. This person's good at blocking. These are actually some well-timed perception buttons, and they're not just spamming it. That's skill.
I wonder who I'm gonna be fighting first.
Some people are headstrong. Just okay. Ain't no getting through to you. You win.
If Goku uses his full
Because
power,
they're
he'll
headstrong.
blow this place
It's not
to
because they're good.
smithereens.
It's just headstrong. It's like trying to teach a kid how to dribble who insists on picking up the basketball and running with it. Like, maybe we should put a football in your hand and not a basketball. Right? Because they win. They're just not going to dribble the ball. So put them in a sport where they don't have to dribble.
Contestant Tien Shinhan, do you have anything to say about the fight?
Now, if you pick up a football and want to dribble it, you're just being a dick now.
Huh?
You're an evil
Hey, how come
motherfucker.
Vegeta's not here?
But yeah, I've been well into my exercise journey. Still got 2 more years before I'm like, this is my base form. Not necessarily trying to lift to get bigger at the moment. This year I put together my cardio, my push-ups, and my
Who's gonna be
sit-ups.
my next opponent?
Once I get a good, consistent routine of that, then next year I'll lift. My 39 to 40, I'll lift. And that's only if I could find a good diet. Or I got enough money for my diet. So I could, depends on how you pack on the weight. What's my weight? And my weight goals and, things like that.
I wonder who I'm gonna be fighting first.
I can check my weight today. I haven't checked my weight in a while. Later, I'm going to go do that, you guys. Join me on the journey.